It's time to cook with the quarantine.
Hi guys, today we're making a scalloped potato roll. So the first thing I'm going to do is wash my potatoes. And now I'm going to take these to the table so that I can peel and cut them. Alright, so time to peel. So now I'm just going to rinse these off and then get to slicing. So before I attempt to slice by hand, I'm going to see what happens if I use this side of my grater, because this may give me the potatoes as thin as I need. And it does, so this is going to save me some time. Alright, for the next step, I'm going to take some parchment paper and lay it over my baking sheet. So the next step is to take Parmesan and lay it across this piece of parchment paper. And I'm going to spread this out evenly. Now it's time for me to lay my potatoes down. So I'm going to take them, so starting on one edge, and I'm going to overlap them in a row. And then I'm going to continue with the rows until I run out of potatoes, making sure that they overlap. Now the next step, now that I have all of my potatoes laid, I'm going to take the other half of the cheese and pour over the potatoes, or sprinkle over the potatoes. I'm going to take some salt and sprinkle over. Now it's time to put these in the oven for 30 minutes. So I have some potatoes left over, and I was going to just throw these in the oven and roast them, but I said, hey, why not try potato chips in the air fryer? And so I'm going to throw just a little olive oil over these. Uh-oh, not that much. And then some salt. Ooh, and some vinegar. I don't even know if this is how it's supposed to work, but we're gonna try it. So I'm gonna toss these and then throw them in the air fryer. So while the potatoes are going and I'm making my appetizer in the air fryer, I'm going to shred my cheese. Alright, so the potatoes are still going. I have about 15 minutes. I'm using the meat. If you watched, why did I use this meat? If you watched my taco lasagna, I had about a pound of meat left over, and so that's the meat I'm going to use for this recipe. So the only thing is already cooked. I just need to add some of the seasoning. And so I'm going to add some drained diced tomatoes, about half of the can, And I'm gonna add some paprika, some parsley flakes, and then just some salt and pepper. And give this a good stir. Timer just went off. Let's check on the potatoes. Not quite chips yet. They still look soft, so even though they're going to be pretty burnt, I'm going to put them back in for maybe 5 more minutes. Second thought, after tasting them, I'm not going to put them back in. I'm going to take them out, put them in a bowl, add a little more salt and vinegar because the flavors didn't stick, and then I'm going to snack on them. So these are actually pretty good. I'm going to have to look up like a real potato chip recipe. Can you hear the crunch? I'm surprised. I guess I shouldn't be. And anyone who knows me, you know that potato chips are my absolute #1 favorite snack. So I love these. Anyway, let me get back to the main recipe. So this recipe calls for spinach, and at this time I would put the spinach on the stove and cook it until wilted and then add the ricotta cheese. But I can't tolerate the texture of cooked spinach, really any cooked green, so I'm choosing to use spinach and, wait a second. Anyway, never mind. So the recipe calls for cooked spinach, but I'm choosing not to use cooked spinach. I'm just going to use it raw. And so I'm going to pop off the stem of some, and I probably only use it on half because I'm honestly not a big fan of ricotta cheese either. So anyway, I'm going to put some spinach in the bowl and mix this up with the ricotta cheese. And now I'm going to add in the ricotta cheese and mix this up as well as I can. So here are the potatoes fresh out of the oven. It's time to make the roll. All right, so now that my potatoes are out, the next step is to spread this mixture over it. Let's see. Now I'm going to spread the beef mixture over this. And the final layer is cheese. So now the goal is to roll this up into a roll, a potato roll. So let's see how this goes. Did it. So now that I have my roll, I'm going to put this back in the oven, or put this in the oven for 15 minutes. All right, finished product right out of the oven. I already know this is going to be good. You can't go wrong with potatoes, cheese, and beef. So I'm excited about this. All right, time for the best part. Let's get in here and tear off a piece. That's really good. The only thing I would do differently if I made it again, I would add more cheese, but it's good. I love it. Beef, cheese, potatoes, can't go wrong. So I'm going to finish eating, and I'll see you guys in the next video.